The Corpus Hermeticum, 151. Malice is the nourishment of the world. Now that is a very interesting claim by Hermes. Malice is the nourishment of the world. What could Hermes possibly have meant by that? Well, it's my belief that when Hermes said that, he was alluding to our divine need for the darkness. How pain, darkness, and suffering pushes us to seek truth, growth, healing, and love. Suffering is the catalyst pushing our evolutionary needle along its path. Without suffering, we'd never seek God. The Kybalion teaches that all opposites are identical in nature but different in degree. What is this polarity for? What is this dualistic, what is this dualism for? Oh, there we go. What is this dualism for, right? The Tao Te Ching, chapter 2, 2.2, says, existence and non-existence are incompatible. The difficult and the easy are mutually opposed. The loud and the short, the high and the low, the loud and the soft, the before and the after. All are opposites. Each reveals the other. That is the most important part. Each reveals the other. We need both. This is why God created the negative polarity, the darkness, the illusion. And the law of one. The law of one teaches that there's the positive polarity and the negative polarity. The positive polarity is the path of that which is. It reflects everything that God is, that the Creator is, that God represents, that God embodies. And the path of that which is not, the negative polarity, represents everything that God isn't, the illusion. And so the positive polarity represents love, unity, oneness, abundance, infiniteness, creativity. The negative polarity represents separation, judgment, darkness, fear. Inherently, there is what the Creator is, and there is then the projected polarity of what the Creator is not. And both are required so God can know God's true self. Without the negative polarity, without the darkness, we can't truly understand the light. Tao Te Ching says that existence and non-existence are incompatible. The difficult and the easy are mutually opposed. The long and the short, the high and the low, the loud and the soft, the before and the after, all are opposites. Each reveals the other. On the whiteboard back here, I was trying to record a video for the main channel. I went for 20 minutes and then I hated it, so I scrapped it. And then I went for like another 5, 10, and then my brain was just not working. So I'm like, all right, maybe I just need to record this like first thing tomorrow morning. Maybe my brain's just fried. But that video was going to be about transmuting pain to purpose, and how purpose is basically about contributing to the evolution of the cosmos, the expansion of the collective consciousness, right? To add to the knowledge, the knowing, and the experience of God's self by being a unique eyes in which divinity experiences itself, a unique experience of God. God experiences God's self uniquely through me, through my expression. There will never, ever be anyone that is like me. There never has been. There never is right now, right? There isn't at this time, and there never will be ever again. There is no one that will ever be just like you. There's no one that has been. There are no one that is, and there is no one that ever will be exactly like you. Your unique experiences, your struggles, your skill sets, your beliefs, your identity, your paradigm, your childhood, whatever it is, right? Your story. That is unique. And it is a contributing factor to the universal story, the cosmic story, the cosmic symphony, as I like to call it. And we all have a chapter. We all have a part to play in the story of the cosmos. The love story of the cosmos, really. Because that's what it is. It's a beautiful love story of cosmic harmony. And both poles, right? I love wearing the yin yang ring because it keeps me in this reminder. It keeps me diligent in this knowing of holding paradox. I'll leave you guys with this final kind of like teaching I learned from Mark Gaffney. I just told you guys that I forgot what teaching of Mark I just said to you. Anyways, feels bad. Whatever. I don't really care. I'm gonna just tell you guys this. Holding paradox is a quality of cosmos. Laughter is the highest sense of perception because laughter holds paradox. Holding paradox is inherently a quality of the divine. The yin yang, right? The opposites. This isn't polarity, duality, but not really duality, non-duality, right? Seeing that these two opposites aren't really opposites, but they're two parts of one coin, right? Two sides of one coin. They're two parts of one greater whole. Two perspectives of one story. Both are required. And so holding paradox is it's a quality of cosmos. It's a quality that you need to hold in yourself. You need to be able to hold your spiritual and your physical, your masculine and your feminine, your intellectual and your emotional, there are many manifestations of this, your light and your darkness, your maybe science and spirituality. I'm not really into exterior material science as much anymore, but still. Maybe it's art and business. You know what I mean? There's so many poles in our life, and we have to be able to hold both of them. Because more often than not, we find that both live in us. And so we shouldn't deny either part of ourselves because that's separation. We need to accept. Holding paradox is a quality of cosmos. And laughter is actually the highest sense of perception because laughter allows paradox. It's so crazy. Like you can laugh because this is like why sarcasm is such a beautiful vehicle, for me, for expression, because inherently sarcasm is built in paradox. It's built in these words mean something and they also mean this other thing, but because of the context, it's oh man, paradox is such an interesting thing. That I feel like your ability to hold paradox, to hold duality, to not see suffering as something that is there to hurt you, but is there to guide you. Right? I kind of went on this tangent talking about paradox and the whiteboard and polarity, because purpose is the true essence, and pain is what is used to bring purpose to light. Suffering, trauma, is used to teach us lessons that we use to what? Expand the collective. We either expand our own consciousness, we grow our unique self, and we either do that or we help others grow, right? It's like it's this expansion of the self or this expansion of the collective through this learning, through this pain, through this suffering, through this trauma. We learned, we grew, we expanded. That is purpose. We are all here to aid in the evolution of God, knowing and experiencing God's self in an infinite amount of ways. God knowing, experiencing, and loving God's self in an infinite amount of ways. Knowing, loving, desiring, and there's so many. Not going to get into a rabbit hole, but holding paradox is so important. seeing your suffering not as something that's happening to you, but something that's genuinely happening for your highest evolution, when you can have that perspective, your entire reality shifts. That's a promise. Catch y'all.